This video demonstrates the installation process for the PrimePower-109kWh-50kW-NV system. For safety and efficiency, the installation must be carried out by at least 2 people. Allow approximately 2 to 3 hours for your first installation. Before beginning, please read the product manual and verify the full packaging list. Prepare the required tools for transportation, lifting, and wiring. Product unloading. There are 2 approved methods for transporting this product on site. If you use the forklift, you should follow the requirements. Unpacking. Remove the protective film from the box. Release the latches and remove the wooden outer shell. Cut the wrapping film and cable ties. Remove the plastic protective bag. Unpacking complete. Battery cabinet lifting. Use an adjustable wrench to remove the fixing screws from the pallet. Ensure sufficient clearance around the installation area. Before installation, you should keep the foundation follow the requirement. The bottom surface of the cabinet should be directly facing the installation surface of the foundation, placed in the center, and there should be no obvious skew. The lifting rings are pre-installed on the top of the product. Before entering the site, all lifting equipment including slings and shackles must be inspected to ensure good condition and compliance with lifting requirements. You may install with or without a concrete foundation. If using a foundation, fix the cabinet using the left method. If not, install the feet and fix the cabinet using the right method. Hybrid inverter installation. Before installing the hybrid inverter, install the bracket on the right side of the cabinet. Fix and tighten the 5 screws on the bracket. Install the bottom plate under the bracket. Install the handle from the accessory package. Slowly hang the inverter onto the bracket. Tighten the screws securing the inverter. Install internal cables. DC cable connection. Open the cabinet door following the sequence shown in the video. Open the air conditioning duct cover. Connect the DC cable to the PACK that is not fully connected. Close the air conditioning duct cover. After connecting the DC cable, use a multimeter to measure the total external voltage of the PACK. It can only be used if it is within the normal range. Measure the total external PACK voltage with a multimeter. Proceed only if the voltage is within normal range. Remove the screws and open the black DC terminal protective cover. Remove the transparent acrylic panel. Find the battery cable label. Pass the cable through the bottom threading hole and connect to the positive and negative terminals according to the labels. Restore the protective cover after installation. Before installing the inverter cables, please prepare the corresponding cables according to the specifications shown in the diagram. Connect the cable to the rubber core. Pay attention to observe whether the prospective whole cable is in place. Tighten with a T8 screwdriver. Insert the body into the rubber core and tighten the nut after hearing a click. Repeat for the second battery terminal. Connection of AC auxiliary power source cables. Pass the prepared AC wiring harness through the backup hole at the bottom of the inverter. Run L1, L2, L3, neutral and ground conductor through the backup port dot, then connect these wires to the corresponding L4, L5, L6 and pay terminals. The other end of the backup cable enters the inside of battery cabinet from the bottom of the cabinet. Connect the backup AC cables to the terminal block by inserting them into the corresponding screw holes at the bottom of the terminal block. Use a 5.5 mm special screwdriver to press the cables firmly. Make sure to press it firmly in place. Ground cable connection of inverter. Connect grounding conductors to the ground bar inside of the inverter wire box using a Phillips screwdriver. After passing the other side of the grounding cable through the bottom of the cabinet and into the battery cabinet, connect the two ground wires to the two holes of the grounding copper bar. 3 holes on the ground bar are used for connecting the grounding points on both sides of the inverter and the system grounding point respectively. Communication cable connection. For the CAN cable, connect the BMS1 labeled cable to the hybrid inverter's BMS1 port. Connect the second CAN cable from the switch to the bottom Ethernet port of the data logger. The battery communication cables are inserted through the corresponding COM1 holes at the bottom of the inverter. Connect the CAN cable into the BMS1 port of the inverter wiring box. Open the front panel of the switch. Find the black data logger in inverter accessory package. Plug the Ethernet cable into the bottom Ethernet port of the data logger. Plug the data logger into the COM port at the bottom of the inverter, then pass the Ethernet cable through the bottom of the battery cabinet and connect the other end of the Ethernet cable to the switch inside the cabinet. Reinstall and fix the front plate of the switch. PV connection. When the PV array is exposed to the sun, the DC conductors coming from it will be energized with high voltage potential. Before connecting the PV strings to the inverter, please ensure that the VOC and ISC of the PV strings will not exceed the limitations of the inverter once the array is connected. Any PV module connected to the same MPPT must have the same specification, the same orientation, and the same inclination. This ensures the system will operate at maximum efficiency. Listen for a click sound. This indicates that the connection is properly secured. Grid side cable connection. Unscrew the terminal of the AC port. Run L1, L2, L3, and neutral wire through the AC port. Then connect these wires to the corresponding terminal. Connect the ground conductor from AC port to the ground terminal block. Generator connection on smart port. Unscrew the terminal of smart port. Run L1, L2, L3, and neutral wire across the smart port. Then connect these wires to the corresponding terminal. Connect the ground conductor from smart port to the ground terminal block. Now all power wires are connected. CT installation. Please set CT1, CT2 and CT3 respectively in the corresponding grid connection point L1, L2, and L3 and connected with the internal terminal row of the inverter. The white line of CT1 should connected to port 1 of the terminal block. The black line connected to port 2 of the terminal block. And the following CT2 and CT3 are connected to ports 3, 4, 5, and 6 in turn. For meter installation, please refer to the meter installation method and detailed instructions in the product manual. After all the cables have been connected, use fireproof putty to seal the entry ports at the bottom of the battery cabinet. Install the lock box on the left side of the inverter. Install the inverter sheet metal parts in order. Refer to the labels and the reference manual for the function of each part. Install and secure the remaining sheet metal parts using M510 hexagonal flange bolts. System commission. Close the auxiliary power switch. Close the main control box isolating switch. After the energy storage cabinet self-checks for 5 to 10 minutes, press the start switch for 3 seconds. After the operation is finished, check the indicator on the HV control box. The red and green lights on indicate that the system start was successful. After completion, cover the wiring protection panel below the inverter, and then close the battery cabinet door. When the system requires maintenance or repair, it must be powered off. Please strictly follow the illustrated steps to shut down. Working mode setting on HMI. Installation finished. Quick settings. Download the SolisCloud app and log in. Turn on the Bluetooth on your mobile phone and then open the SolisCloud app. Click Local Debugging. Bluetooth connection. Select the Bluetooth signal from the inverter. If you are the installer, please select the account type as installer. If you are the plant owner, please select the account type as owner. Then set your own initial password for control verification. If this is the first time the inverter has been commissioned, you will need to first go through the quick settings. Once this has been done, these settings can be changed later. Set inverter time and date. Tap the slider next to follow phone time, then tap next step at the bottom right corner. Select number of battery banks. Select battery model, PrimePower-109 kWh. Select battery cabinet quantity setting. Select meter. Set meter type. Set meter installation. Set CT ratio. Default 60. If user installed their own CT, they need to set CT ratio manually on app and meter. CT direction. Select forward. Select grid code that meet the local regulations. Choose the storage mode based on your site, self-use, selling first, off-grid. After the quick settings are complete, you can see the plant information, inverter, battery, fire protection system, and set other functions on the SolisCloud app.